This is the 13th video of Play Chess and Play It Good, and this video we will be talking about chess notation, and it's basically the language of chess, because if you can understand this, that basically means you can talk to other people with not superpowers. Well, basically it's just look in the video. So here we will be talking about the coordinates. And so the language of chess is basically if you're gonna describe how where your piece is moved, this is how you do it, with chess notation. So the most commonly used one is called algebraic notation, and so first you need to know these squares and what they are called. So for instance, this square is A1 because you can see this is the letter A, and this is the number 1. So the first rank, so the square has to be in the first rank, and since they're the A, that means A1 is here. So if you're gonna find maybe E6, now you're gonna do it like this. You see the E, the letter E, and then you find the letter 6. So you look at the 6th rank, and then you find E and where it is. So you end up with this square, and that is E6 because this is the 6th rank, and this is the E file, as I already said. So it's basically, this is the E. I said it so many times already, I don't know why. And this is the 6th rank. So basically, that is why it is E6. Here is E6. So a good way to practice this is with your chess website. I would use Lichess. You go into something and then you see coordinates, and then you can practice it, so then you can get used to it. It's pretty useful. So I'm just gonna give you one more example. So maybe C7, this is the 7th rank, and this is the 7th spot. I mean the C file. So there can only be one square out of these, and it's C7 right here. I'll highlight it red if you want. So the next one. So here, you must be wondering, how do pawns move then? Not pawns. If two pieces can go into the same square, and they're the same pieces, how do you write down that? So first you can see the knights. Say, since your knight is attacked, you might want to protect it and you don't want to move this knight, so you can maybe move your knight right here. So this, as you can see, is knight E4 because they have to describe it somehow, and so the knight is on the C file and it goes to E4. If you wanted to move this knight, then it would be knight Ge4, knight Ge4. So the G file, the knight is on the G file, and it goes to the square E4. Okay, so the next one is promotion, because if the pawn's gonna move, get to the end of the board, what does it do then? How do you write it down when you promote it? Well, first, you need to know how to record a pawn move. So a pawn move is basically, pretend this pawn was on D2. So it moves 2 squares to D4, it would just be d4. No like p d4. All you do is just d4. You don't need to write pawn or anything like that. Just the square, like the square that the pawn goes to. So in this case, maybe white promoted into a queen. You could promote it into like a knight or something, but I'll show you that later. So when it reaches the end of the board, you would still write d8, and then when you promote to queen, you write equals q. So if you wanted to promote it to a knight or something, then you would write d8 equals knight. I'm not sure you can see that. Oh, so you can see d8 equals knight. So there's also castling, so you also have to remember that. So that is basically O-O. So maybe you're castling long or queenside. I don't know which one you would prefer to call it. So like this, it would be O-O-O. So it's an uppercase O, and then a dash, another uppercase O, a dash, and an uppercase O. So if it's going to castle short, then you would do this, and it is uppercase O dash uppercase O. So this one's basically not as long as castling long because it's called castling long, and this one's called castling short. So the next one is called capturing. Like if you're gonna take a piece, how do you write that? So when you're gonna take something, it would be rook X, and then the square you want to go to, that a piece is on it, and you want to take it. So it doesn't really describe that what piece you're taking, but if you were playing a game and then you took some piece, if you go through it, you would find the piece. So rook takes 8. Or if you want to take the knight, you just say rook takes h6 because the rook takes the knight. It wouldn't say that it would take the knight. You wouldn't like actually write that down. But you take the knight, and then the knight was on h6, so the rook goes to h6. All you have to do is add that x. And then the next one is check, and it's basically just a positive sign. So rook f1, check. And also, maybe you didn't understand, if a rook wants to, or like if any piece except for the pawn wants to go somewhere, you would first write the piece down like so. The starting letter of the piece for the rook it's rook R, for the queen it's Q, and for the knight it's N. I know it's kind of weird, but it's to avoid confusion with the king, because the knight actually starts with a K. I think you guys know that. And the king has to start with a K. So they just decided that knight would be N, and the king would be K. And a bishop would be B. So basically here, rook F1. So they wrote R, and then to the square they want to go to, F1. And it is checking the king. So the king has to move somewhere, obviously. And if you haven't seen that video, you should see it now. And so basically like this. And now you write a positive sign at the end of your move. So after check, there's checkmate, of course. And checkmate is, so your knight N to F7. And then checkmate is a hashtag. So if you're playing an OTB chess, you might want to write down the score, and I'll show you a score sheet. And it's like this. It would say that white won and stuff, and draw black one, and you just circle it. But you might want to write the score down at right under where you move, like the last move. So for that, you would write maybe 1-0. I'll show it again. 1-0 would be white won. 1-0 would be white won. Draw would be 1/2-1/2. And then black one would be 0-1. So I hope you kind of understood that. I think if you don't understand it, you should probably search it. And I hope you understand chess notation, because it's very important if you want to improve chess. So you can remember your game, go back to it, and retry your mistakes if you were playing it in OTB chess. Right now, we obviously can't because of COVID, but in the future, we probably will. So go study that. And subscribe to my channel, 26 Diagonals, if you want more of this. And give the video a like, and bye!